Hello students, in this video we are going to learn about DRAM leakage current. In our previous video we saw about the working of one transistor, three transistor and about the operation modes of DRAM. Here we are going to learn what are the leakage current that do happen in a DRAM. We previously saw in our previous videos about the leakage current that is happening in a static random access memory. Now in dynamic random access memory, we know that it is dynamic, means there is a capacitor that is changing that stored values. And thereby we are having an additional refreshing circuitry also. So that itself is having a leakage. That is why we are having an additional circuitry for refreshing it. Now, even in the standby mode, even if we are having refreshing, along with the refreshing circuitry, what are the leakage current that is happening even when it is idle? We shall see this leakage current is being the leading cause of device failure in DRAM design. Maybe your circuit or the MOSFET is working in a good manner, but because of the leakaging current, it will be leading to a cause of the device failure itself. So the problems with the leakage current will be leading to the reliability issues, means there is no obvious structural abnormalities. Okay, there is no structural abnormalities, but still the leakage current that is happening in your DRAM will cause or will destruct the particular device. The leakage current has become a critically important component in DRAM design just because it will lead to a complete device failure. The DRAM memory cells must be constantly refreshed since they lose the stored data when power is turned off. Right? So as the power is turned off, data is being stored, whatever is being stored is being erased. So we are going for the constant refreshing mechanism. Okay. So what is the retention time? Because this retention time is going to play a critical characteristics of the DRAM. And that particular retention time is going to be limited by the leakage current. So now what actually is the retention time? See, we know that your data will be stored inside your capacitor only for some time. After that, it is going to discharge. So what is the amount of time that a cell can store the data before the particular data loss is happening? It's nothing but the retention time. What is retention time? It is the amount of time that a cell can store the data before a particular data loss is happening. It is a critical characteristics of DRAM, as I said earlier, and this characteristic or the time in which the cell will be storing the data is limited by your leakage current. Okay, so we must know what are the leakage current that is happening in your DRAM, because it is causing the device failure even if there is no structural abnormalities, and it is reducing your retention time also. And now, what are the leakage components in your DRAM? There are two important leakage components in DRAM which can affect your data's retention time. The first leakage component is cell transistor leakage. It's nothing but our subthreshold conduction that we saw in the SRAM as well. The same here also, there is a transistor leakage. So it is nothing but GIDL, which is gate induced drain leakage, which is a type of leakage which is caused by the high electric field effect in your drain junction. Inside your drain junction, that will be creating a depletion region inside your drain region. Under your gate, okay, under your gate, when a negative gate bias is given, okay, or when the gate is grounded, that is going to create a depletion region in the N plus drain region also under the gate. Okay, so this depletion region in turn is going to create an enhanced electric field. Because of an electric field, what is going to happen? Electrons and the minority carriers that will migrate under the gate and it can tunnel into the drain, creating unwanted leakage current. What is the cases? My gate is having a negative bias. Because of that, a depletion region will be created, and that is going to be formed inside your drain region and under the gate. Okay, so depletion region will be having minority carriers as well as the electron, and that is tunneling inside the drain. Because of the movement of electron, we are getting unwanted leakage current that is happening because of the high electric field effect in the drain region. So this is the principal component of the charge leakage inside your DRAM. There is another leakage component, which is nothing but a dielectric leakage. That is happening between the bit line contact and the storage node contact. There are two nodes, we know bit line and the storage line. Because of these two lines also, there is a dielectric leakage. Assume a single transistor DRAM, we have a bit line and a word line, nothing but a storage node we assume. So now what is a dielectric leakage? Usually it happens within a capacitor itself. With electrons flowing across the metal and the dielectric region, there is a flow of electron. Because of that, within a capacitor itself, there is a dielectric leakage. Because we have two electrodes, inside the electrodes, we have a dielectric. Because of that, there is a leakage and the electron is flowing across the metal and the dielectric region. Now, the dielectric leakage is caused by the electrons, which is tunneling from one electrode to the another electrode to the dielectric layer. This is what I said. The dielectric leakage will be happening inside the capacitor, and it is caused by the electrons that is tunneling from where? From one electrode to the another electrode through the dielectric layer. That is why it is called as dielectric leakage. This problem is now become more precise in your bit line contact and your storage node contact. Because we know when the leakage current is becoming most important thing, because as the technology is advancing, we are shrinking the size of the devices. As the device size is shrinking, we are getting various problems in terms of leakage, because the distance between the bit line as well as the storage node contact is also reducing. So what is happening? There is a dielectric leakage across my bit line and the storage line, and this dielectric leakage is negatively impacted during the fabrication of the structural elements. Okay, so there is a large amount of leakage current due to the dielectric leakage as well as due to the transistor leakage. And also we know that there is a subthreshold in SRAM. What we saw, we had the subthreshold conduction, and because of the reverse biased PN junction diode, and also these two components play a major role, and that is tunneling effect. Okay, so in the same way here also we do have all the leakage that we saw in SRAM added with, we have a dielectric leakage also in our DRAM, just because my cell to cell width will be reduced because I'm shrinking the size. So the cell to cell current will also be there in my DRAM, giving rise to a lot of leakage current in my DRAM. Because of the leakage current, my device may go into an off state even though if your MOSFET is working effectively. So a lot of process variations during the fabrication has been taken care just to avoid this leakages. So this is all about the leakage current that is flowing in your DRAM. So in next video, we shall see about the refresh mechanism of DRAM. Thank you.